Hello, my name is Kiara Mobley, and today I will be defining and providing examples of phonology, morphology, syntax, semantics, and pragmatics, explaining how each component applies to literacy development, explaining why it is important to understand these components, and supporting students with specialties, and giving developmental appropriate research-based instructional strategies. Phonology is the study of the patterns of sounds in a language. It is the study of the categorical organization of speech sounds in languages. Speech sounds are organized in the mind and used to transfer meaning. In terms of speech recognition, systems can be designed to change spoken data into text. Computers are able to process language just like our brains can. The same processes that occur in the mind of a human when producing and receiving language occurs in machines. One example of machines decoding language is Siri. When talking to Siri or when you ask a question, it processes what's been said and responds back. Morphology is when grammar refers to the prefixes and suffixes that often defines a word function. The study is called morphology. It is also words that are related to each other. For example, if you have the word bike, B-I-K-E, and add the suffix S, a new word has been created. Now you have bikes, B-I-K-E-S, which has now changed from singular to plural form. Syntax is a description of the way words are put together to make sentences. It describes the order of the subject and verb, the position of auxiliary words and objects, and the relation of modifiers to the words they modify. Word order is not the same in all languages. In English, we say, I gave Jim the ball. In another language, the order may be the ball Jim gave. When we put words together in proper order, we are able to express the meaning we intend. I was shown a book by the clerk in black leather. The meaning has changed because the syntax has changed. Syntax is one of the three main divisions of linguistics. The other divisions are phonology, which is the study of the sounds of the language, and semantics, the study of words, origins, changes, and meanings. Morphology is the study of formation and structure of words, and syntax are usually considered the main parts of grammar. Semantics is the study of the conditions under which signs and symbols, including words, may be said to be meaningful. It is also the study of how human behavior is affected by words, whether spoken by others or to oneself in thought. In philology, the scientific study of languages, semantics used to mean the historical study of changes in the meaning of words. Modern semantics organized in the early 1900s in what an early philosopher, Lady Viola Welby, called signifiers. She described it as the science of meaning or the study of significance, provided sufficient recognition is given to its practical aspect as a method of mind. Lady Welby felt that a proper study of meaning should begin with the study of what words are about, namely in experiences. An example is, or could be said, when asked a basic question, ask, what are you talking about, if anything, and what are the relations between words and the things talked about? Pragmatic language skills are social language skills. Pragmatic speech are vital for communicating our personal thoughts, ideas, and feelings. Children with difficulties in this area often misinterpret other people's communicative intent and therefore will have difficulty responding appropriately, either verbally or non verbally. Pragmatic language is necessary to have effective and appropriate communication. It is a combination of syntax language, comprehension, morphology, semantics, and oral expression. A lack of understanding when it comes to pragmatic language can affect an individual's social skills and interactions on a daily basis. Pragmatics is an important part of learning language because it helps students refrain from miscommunication, but allow them to be able to communicate effectively and clearly based on their feelings, different thoughts, and ideas. Pragmatic language skills is essential for individuals who suffer from autism spectrum disorder and intellectual disability. In Turkey, communication skills is one of the most important developmental domains for the quality of life for individuals with developmental disabilities. Now I will talk about the importance of understanding the linguistic components in supporting students with specialties. Language-based learning disability is when individuals have difficulties understanding and using spoken and written language. This causes a struggle in students' academics between poor language skills, and it hinders comprehension and communication. The importance of understanding the linguistic components in supporting students with specialties is the fact that teachers play a major role in children's lives as they learn literacy. The key to supporting those students is being able to adjust the curriculum and daily instructions. This will ensure that those students develop and grasp effective language and literacy skills. Instruction that is specialized, structured, multisensory, and ongoing will also help them in areas that they are struggling in. 2 or 3 developmental appropriate practice research-based instructional strategies are, according to Sword, one developmental instructional strategy is being a good role model. Children often learn by observing and copying adults. With that being said, it is important that you are modeling good speech and language skills. Being a good role model may also include speaking clearly and slowly. This will allow students to process the information being delivered, making eye contact, and getting on the student's level if needed. Labeling objects in the classroom can also help them in those areas. Another instructional strategy is reading to students in their early years and is another important strategy. It is extremely important because it helps with language development. Pointing to the words as you read will help students connect the spoken word to the written word. Engaging students in the story that is being read by pointing and talking about the different pictures will also help them. Allowing them to predict what will happen next in the story as well. Lastly, encouraging and allowing children to pretend play. Pretend play strengthens children's vocabulary and it allows them to learn from others.